Welcome, everyone, to Winning in the Shadows. Andy and Jim, we're going to break down UFC Abu Dhabi, Whittaker, and de Ridder. Interesting card. I think we got a lot of bettable spots on this one. Chalky favorites. There's going to be a couple that trip us up. So we're going to try and walk through it and get these breakdowns, guys. Let's get after it. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel. It really helps us out and you get notified whenever we get these videos up to you guys. All right, here we go. We're starting off with Martin Buday and Marcus Buchecha. I think it's Buchecha.
I'm sure the comment section will be on that. Don't worry, we'll find out.
Yeah,
they'll be on. Shout out to whoever left the one with Kennedy because that was the best. We knew how to say his name after that. Shout out to whoever made that comment.
It was pretty good. Yeah. So again, I look up announcers announcing their name, and you could listen to 3 different announcers. You get 3 different pronunciations. So I don't want to hear it if I butcher somebody's name. All right, going to you first, Martin Buday. Marcus, who do you like?
Well, we know what Buday is at this point. This is right in the part of somebody's career where, you're not going to see anything new. You can't. The only difference you'll see is a little bit in cardio, maybe if he has a good training camp. But the talent is what it is. And he is a big, lumbering heavyweight with very slow hands, poor head movement, who's going to want to win by clinching up and throwing knees. And he's going to kill minutes. He's going to eat minutes. If he ends up on top, great. But his takedown offense is very abysmal as far as getting high level to the ground. High level, the key word here. Anybody at heavyweight can fall over. Not impressed with him. This Marcus, he's got a lot of hype behind him. I've heard some real interesting stories about him this week and how good this guy really is on the ground. And in the heavyweight division, my God, is that becoming a necessity? The likes of Jailton Almeida, these guys that can wrestle, Tom Aspinall, Volkov's got a ground game to him now as well. So I have high hopes for this guy. I think Buday is what he is, and the UFC is just putting him out there to get beat up, essentially. They know he's good at taking a beating. And this is most certainly the gentleman they want to push. So I am going to take Marcus in this fight. I think he is live for a finish as well because we have seen Buday gas, and if he ends up bottom, he ain't getting up from Marcus. That's what we've seen from tape.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously got, just decorated jiu-jitsu grappler. So, it says 5-1 as his record, but that excludes somewhere in the neighborhood of 500 grappling fights. And, listen, he has a rear naked, north-south choke. There's a ground and pound, but again, on the ground, there's a heel hook. Loses to Umar Kane. That fight was awesome. Kane's a beast. And then, coming off another rear naked. It's easy to just say Marcus by sub, but sometimes you don't overthink it. That's what Marcus is going to try and do. He's going to try and get it to the ground. I mean, look at Buday's split against, Presky, Jake Collier, Josh Parisian. These guys aren't around anymore. Gaziev didn't even have to take him down. His striking was so bad and his striking defense. So Gaziev just tuned him up on the feet, split against Arlovsky, and then he beats this guy who was up like at least one weight division, short notice, and even then it goes the distance. So I'm with you today. His cardio is not that impressive, and what's a great way to zap a heavyweight's cardio is make him get up, and Marcus is going to get him down. I also have another reason, a silly reason why we should like Marcus. Who did we love last week? Vinicius Oliveira. Look what his given name was. Marcus Vinicius Oliveira de Almeida. Let's go.
It's a laundry list of all of our favorite fighters.
Yeah. Yes. If only his given name was Marcus Tom Aspinall Oliveira. But Marcus is the pick. Listen, I can see taking. You want to get a better price? Yeah, him by sub, I guess. Ground and by finish. You don't want to get the ground and pound and be pissed off at yourself that you did the sub. But yeah, I think he can finish Buday on the ground and get him out of there. So, all right, we move on to Mohammad, Yahya, and Stephen Nguyen. I'll go first on this one here. In Yahya's last fight, when I did the tape study, I came away and I said, this is one of the worst, like, film studies I've done with anybody that's got a pulse. Like, yeah, you give me film study on Contender Series guy, it's 3-1, it's not going to look great. Yahya looked terrible in UAE, I thought. And he's like a UAE, like, I think he's a former champion or something.
Yeah,
but
yeah. 3 championship bouts.
Trevor Peak wrestled him, took him down, and this was like the easiest call ever. Fernandez by finish, and he didn't even need to get it to the second round. Not only did he knock him out, his leg was chewed to bits with some leg kicks. Yahya has one move. It's this like kick and this knee. It's so predictable. He doesn't throw very many of them. His striking defense is bad. I really think he's terrible. I think he's nowhere near UFC caliber. And the fact is, this guy used to, a couple fights 2020, then 3 in 2021. He fights in this area in 2023, takes damn near a year off, and they give him another fight in that same area. And here we are, damn near a year later, with another fight in the same area. Like, they know he's not good, but he's from that area, local boy, someone to root for. Stephen Nguyen, we've had a really, really good read on Stephen Nguyen. We picked him to win. I watched this Contender Series fight that he lost and wasn't impressed. He goes to LFA. They give him another chance. He wins. Then they make him come back because they weren't all that impressed with him. And what a setup to give him AJ Cunningham. I mean, what a setup. So I've been betting on this guy, and Stephen Nguyen is the ultimate, it's just not that impressive. Like, he's got tools, but it's just not that impressive. His striking's okay, but he doesn't quite throw enough. So, yeah, we bet against him against Jarno Aarons. First round, he looked terrible, but I got to tell you, he started to settle in. I think he was nervous. He got better as the fight went on. He showed really good toughness. It ended up being a pretty good fight. Not the most technical fight in the world, but he's got good enough striking, and he's going to throw a lot. That's one thing we do know about Nguyen. He's not shy about throwing a lot. So this thing's like minus 330 right now. I think Yahya's just absolutely awful. I think Stephen Nguyen can do just about what he wants. Does he get the knockout? I don't know. Yahya took a nasty shot last time, and his leg was so bad that even if he didn't get caught on the chin, that was destined for a leg kick TKO. So Stephen Nguyen, if he lands 100 significant strikes, which he easily could do, one of them could take him out. I got Stephen Nguyen, and I got it by kind of an ass kicking. What do you think?
Well, first of all, just look at the worldwide rankings underneath their names. Yahya's 339th, and this guy's in the UFC. That's the number that sticks out right there.
If this guy was from Canada, he ain't getting fights.
What, right? Right? And Canada doesn't even have a hotbed. But, yeah, he's probably not getting fights. Perfect breakdown of these two guys. The leg kicking is a huge problem for Yahya. It got exposed. Even if he makes the corrections in the gym, I don't think he's built to take that kind of damage. Not that Stephen Nguyen is a big power guy, but look, once it's on tape, it's on tape. So you have to assume, you don't have to assume, you hope that Stephen's corner is going to say, look, we can hurt this guy to the legs. We can put a pace on him. His cardio's bad. This is not going to be a one-shot knockout if he gets him out of there. It is going to be a wilting of Yahya going in because he can do this for 3 rounds, and he will walk through fire for 3 rounds. If you put A.J. Cunningham against Yahya, I'm betting on A.J. Cunningham.
Me too.
Sorry, I just am. And honestly, I'm not super familiar with the other 2 guys, but I'd probably pick them over Yahya as well. I just think this is a bottom-of-the-barrel fighter that's only here for one reason and one reason only. It's in the area. More props to him. You want to make a head? Listen, if I was a fighter and they wanted me on every Newark card, I'm in.
I ain't mad at him. Yeah.
I'm in. Guaranteed payday. So I think this is set up for Stephen to get a win here, and I think he's going to watch for the late round 2, round 3 finish for him.
Moving on to Ibo Aslan and Billy Elekana. You kind of know a little bit more about Billy's backstory or kind of where he's come from. So tell us a little bit about him and what you think of this fight.
I mean, he was the big story, right? He was, oh man, everyone was so excited for him to show up. He gets a couple of these fights in PFL, and I have to tell you, unimpressive. Just like straight up unimpressive. I don't know if I've ever bet on him or lost or not, but I'm sure walking away was like either, whew, that was close, or wow, like the other guy's horrible. That's probably why he's bet on. Getting just flattened by Bogdan. You go back and you look at that finish, it's like, what are you doing, man? It's those looks, again, like Yahya, where you say to yourself, how is this guy here? These aren't things you should see from professional fighters. Okay? Ebo has his faults, but I don't think you're going to see him taking a seat in the corner and just getting punched. And I don't want to hear short notice anymore about cardio. We've seen these guys on short notice. Everyone says their cardio should be better, and they show up and they look just as bad. Just as bad. So I'm not buying it. I think he's in trouble. I think Billy's in trouble. He could probably do some damage in round 2 and round 3 if his cardio holds up better than Ibo's. But there's no guarantee for that once he takes the damage. So I like Ibo in the spot. I think this is a area fighter set up to win as opposed to the Yahya pick before it.
Let me defend Billy Elekana in his last fight. Do you remember there was a quote from him? It was like super, super short notice, and there was a quote from him saying something about, like, I'm not in shape. I'm just going to try and get a round 1 finish. And I give him credit. He got Guskov down on the ground. He was controlling him. Oh, we'll get to Guskov. But he actually had a good first round, and then once he knew his cardio was over, he was over the side. I'm not going to fault him because he kind of told us what was going to happen in the fight. he's like, I'm going for the round 1 finish. If I don't get it, I'm out of there. So I'm not going to fault him too much for that. And I got to tell you, round 1, I would be worried if I'm Ebo. If Ebo gets taken down, Billy can hold him there. My favorite bet of this one, it's an Ebo Aslan fight. You're taking the under, not to go the distance. Parlay
you. Glad
features.
we're on the same page.
Look at this. Look at this guy's record. His fights do not last long. What do you say about Derek Lewis? He does not get paid by the hour. You're taking unders on this one, even though Billy Elekana does have some decisions on his record. No, someone's going to push the pace, and there's going to be a finish. And these two gas bags, neither one of them are going to last 3 rounds. So, I like the fight not to go the distance. Slightly into Ebo, but don't be surprised if Billy takes him down and makes it a little bit close in the first round. Amanda Ribas and Tabatha Ricci. Who do you like in this one?
I don't care who wins. Give me fight goes the distance.
Yeah, we can move on.
They're both not dangerous and good defensively on the ground. It's not going to be a sub. Ricci's not knocking out Ribas. Ribas isn't knocking out Ricci. So it's just one of those cancellation fights where in this women's division, where they just fight each other. They cancel out their skills. It goes to decision. You fight this fight. Out of 10, 5 times it probably goes differently. Mm-hmm. You never know. So give me fight goes the distance. That's my breakdown.
Yeah, I mean,
no news to report.
Yeah, he was got armbarred. That's not going to happen in this fight. She beat Pinheiro when Pinheiro completely gassed. Neither one of them is going to gas in this one. And then Macy Barber ground and pounder. Well, it's Macy Barber. So I'm with you, even though Ribas does have some. This fight is like really truly a pick'em spot. I think could easily be 1-1 going into the third. I just think there's no value anywhere on picking a side in this one. I guess I'll lean Ricci. I think sometimes she has these flurries of 10 punches like right in a row and like 8 of them don't land. But it's like, well, if you're looking for a reason to give someone that round, I can do the one that threw a bunch. So ever so slightly Ricci. I'm certainly not betting that. But yeah, I'm with you 100%. Fight goes the distance. DaMon Blackshear and Davey Grant. I mean, Jim, they keep giving me Davey Grant at plus money, and I'll just keep taking it, man. You keep giving me Davey Grant at these great odds. I'll take him against Ramon Tavares. I'll take him against Rafael. I took Daniel Marcos to split decision. It was a great fight. I got problems with DaMon Blackshear. Going the distance against Alatang and not getting it on the ground was certainly a choice. Cody Gibson, whatever. Cody Stamen, whatever, gets nuked by Montel Jackson. Now, going the distance against Mario Batista is aging really well, but that version of Mario Batista back then was not the same there. He's getting a lot out of this twister on Jose Johnson. He's getting a lot of run out of it. It's not quite to the level of Weidman knocking out Silva, but it's always going to be mentioned about it. Yeah, I got Davey Grant. I think Blackshear's just a little bit slower on the feet. His punches, he's got good length, and while they do land, you can see him coming a mile away. And I think he's benefited from fighting some guys that didn't know how to take advantage of it. Davey Grant, he's still got it, man. He's 39, but he can strike with good enough power. He can move and circle around. I don't think Blackshear's takedown game is amazing at this point, and I think Grant's seen it before. You keep giving me Davey Grant against these guys at plus money, I'm going to keep playing him. Davey Grant's the pick for me. What about you?
This is another fight that I'm interested in. The fight goes the distance.
Okay.
I think these guys could end up having a really, really close bout. It just seems like with Davey Grant fights when you're watching them, like he gets the knockout against Martinez, but that was like a one big shot moment.
Yes.
He's wild. He's looping. If he does catch you when you're not looking with these shots, he can finish. I mean, the triangle finish, the inverted triangle at the end of the Asuncao fight, what a moment. Such a moment. I agree with you. I think the value's on his side. I think they're going to go tooth and nail here. The activity of DaMon Blackshear, I think, is going to compete with the grit of Davey Grant, that he's going to be a little bit fresher. Now, Davey's really not lighting the world on fire as far as number of fights. I'm sure he wants to fight more. But, yeah, plus money on Davey Grant, I can't turn it down. I really don't have a strong opinion either side. I think we're headed to a decision.
I mean, minus 340 on Blackshear to me is just insanity.
It is.
It's crazy. Even if he wins, that's just a crazy
and we like Blackshear. Like it just his wins haven't really knocked your socks off.
Yeah, absolutely. Muslim Salikhov against our boy Carlos Leal, who made us a nice pretty penny. Being able to get him at that price by knockout over Alex Morono was just one of the true gifts. Yeah, I'll let you go first on this one.
Again, very familiar with Leal. We watched him in PFL. If you go to Leal's Tapology real quick, I just want to make note of something. See that picture at top there, everybody?
Yeah.
This is not the man that you see before you in the UFC. Okay, this is way back when in his PFL days. I think he's taking his training very seriously since he got this contract.
He's taking something else.
It could be the training as well. We'll word it that way, okay? Totally different
pretty
body.
well, Jimbo.
His chin, he doesn't get wobbled by much of anything. His chin is much better at this weight. I can't argue with Leal over Salikhov. I like Salikhov, but he's older. He's a contingent on the knockout with the crazy spin moves. I get it. Leal's going to be in his face from the second this fight starts. He's not going to stand at range and be trying to block these spinning wheel kicks and jump kicks and everything. He's going to be in his face, and we've seen Muslim wilt at this age. I mean, who wouldn't? Just not be the same as before. So I think this is Leal. Honestly, at some point, I think he gets the finish. I think this is going to end up on the ground at some point with Leal on top, and I can see Salikhov just so tired from the constant pressure of Leal. So give me Leal.
Yeah, I watched film. I mean, listen, a split decision against Pons was not a good look. And even though he gets this, it was an awesome spinning wheel kick. Song was not paying attention. That's his fault. Just the speed. When I watched Salikhov's last two fights, the speed just isn't there anymore. And then you watch Leal's last two fights. Leal's just going to be much, much quicker. So he's going to walk through anything that Salikhov has. And Salikhov doesn't throw a good volume.
No.
It's like he's trying not to get tired or it's like trying to set up something. But for whatever reason, he just doesn't throw enough. For me, whereas Leal, he's gonna come. He's gonna come forward. He's gonna throw a play. He's gonna throw enough for both of them. Yeah, it's Carlos Leal. I'm trying to figure out what to do betting wise, because Leal is a big favorite, I almost want to take the KO or decision. Double chance.
I wouldn't rule out the sub.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Carlos
I wouldn't.
Leal getting a sub?
When guys get tired, they give their neck.
He doesn't have any. He doesn't. We got an arm triangle.
I know.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's Carleal just inside the distance or something. I mean, Salikhov is tough.
We're still
but...
waiting for that number.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's going to be pretty up there, but it could be a playable number. We just got to wait it out.
Okay. All right. We have Bryce Mitchell versus Saeed. Wait. Breaking news. Whoa, Jim. Breaking news. Bryce Mitchell has thoughts on something. Bryce Mitchell has released a statement. Let's see what his mindset is going into. This has just been released from Bryce Mitchell. There's the news tick.
Oh no, hold on. I saved it and it closed on my phone. I got to pull it back up now. Oh no, I got to look for it. Go ahead, you go. I'll find it.
Okay, so Bryce Mitchell has some thoughts. Bryce Mitchell moving down in weight class. This moving down in weight class thing, I think sometimes it gets a little bit overblown, especially because Bryce has never been the biggest guy in the world. So he's going to try and wrestle, but is his wrestling all that good? I don't know. And here's the thing. He moves down a weight class, and the thinking as well, Mitchell's going to be bigger. Well, he's also going up against guys that are going to be faster. Saeed's going to be faster than some of these guys that he's fought. When I look at what's happened to Bryce Mitchell, first off, I mean, getting choked down and taken down by Gene Silva was crazy. Barely beats Kron Gracie in a fight he looked horrible in. And I just keep going back to that. I don't think he's the same after that Josh Emmett knockout. I remember Jim and I watching it live, and we were terrified for Bryce Mitchell's life. It was one of the most brutal knockouts. I don't think he's been the same since mentally. Just look at his Instagram page. And Saeed, listen, Saeed, does he have cardio issues? Yeah. But he's pretty good about managing it. He knows what he can do. He's going to strike for a little bit, and then he's going to go for a takedown. He's just going to squeak out rounds. His loss against Vinicius Oliveira, we now know what Vinicius Oliveira is. Vinicius Oliveira is an absolute dog. And like Oliveira said, I've beaten 4 Russians. My game just matches up really, really good against him. Money keeps coming in on Bryce, but I like Saeed in this one. And here's the other one. What do you think the judges over there are going to want to do if it's a close round? Give it to Bryce Mitchell? Or give it to Saeed Nurmagomedov. So I get Saeed Nurmagomedov, who didn't get absolutely blasted KO'd by Josh Emmett and hasn't been the same mentally since then. I get Saeed, who definitely has the better camp. I know that we've heard that Bryce Mitchell's been over in Abu Dhabi training, but he's training with TJ Brown. Whoop-dee. I just think I got better camp, better mindset. I got better striking by far. Bryce Mitchell's striking is laughable. I know he tries to throw a lot, but it doesn't really do much. I just think Saeed's game is a little bit more sophisticated. Saeed's the pick. I just think Bryce Mitchell's damaged goods after that Josh Emmett. He just hasn't been the same since. So did you find that?
What's the worst is that this isn't. This crazy quote that we wanted to read isn't the worst thing that Bryce Mitchell says. So if you Google Bryce Mitchell, all that comes up is the statement that we all know.
Yes.
I can't find it again, but it was. I'll find it. I'll post it on Twitter.
Give us the cliff notes.
Here's the long and short of it. He's going on and on about how the U.S. has guns and knives and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden shifts gears to the fact that the Nurmagomedovs have built an army, and he is here to face the army that is put forth because he's fighting for his holy father. Kind of.
I think there were sinners involved.
Yeah, it's a typical Bryce Mitchell comment. This is the guy who his training is punching a pig in his backyard, hanging from a
forgot
tractor.
about that.
Let's not forget this one. Bryce's skill set, very good on the ground. He's got no stand-up to speak of. None. That's the biggest problem for me. I don't think he's going to take down Saeed and hold him there for 3 rounds. And at some point, we've seen Bryce's gas tank go to hell just as bad as Saeed. So I think I'm getting everything that you said and then some on this fight. You know what I love too is I haven't heard a huge argument for Saeed. So is this the one that
you're right.
everyone's overlooking? So I love Saeed. You love Saeed. I think we're done with Bryce. I think we're done. I hate to say it, but I think we're done.
I think people. We should do a segment. What are the biggest things that people have glossed over? They glossed over the Jamal Hill injury.
It's good.
The Vinicius Oliveira injury, they glossed over.
All the side hustle theories.
The fade the baby, the side hustle. They're just glossing over this. I just don't know how you can gloss over what happened to Bryce on that one. I don't want to compare him to Antonio Brown, but Antonio Brown was never the same after that Fontes perfect hit. Went from a completely different. He turned into a completely different man. And Bryce Mitchell, he's always been a little out there, but something's different with him. I just will never trust him. So, Nikita Krylov and Bogdan Guskov. Real quick before we get to that, guys, our UFC Gold best bets are up. This pack includes all of our bets. We posted one on Friday, and we're waiting for some of the odds on the finishing props to come out. But grab this, and you will have all of our plays for UFC Abu Dhabi. I believe I will be doing a live show this Saturday on the Takedown Live. So it's on the Winning in the Shadows YouTube channel. It's called Takedown Live. You guys know about all this. So come and join us. It starts at noon our time, which is always fun. Love the daytime fights. So I don't know if Jim's going to be able to make it, but there will be a Saturday show. More importantly, go get those. And telling you guys, the live show, we've made way more money off of live bets than we have pre-fight bets. It's really becoming ridiculous. What do we hammer when Dustin Poirier came out, was crying? It's like, well, we're betting Holloway. We're betting Holloway. So the live show, you just see all of these things happen, and yeah, it's really, really good and profitable. So a lot of fun.
The reason why we work so hard all week is so we can sit down and watch the live show for 6 hours because it's worth it. It is 100% worth it. Get everything done so you can go to work on the UFC show.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to Krylov and Bogdan Guskov. What's your take on this fight?
Two fighters that I want to bet against, and it's a darn shame that they're matched up with each other. Now, I do think that we can make some money in this fight. Here's the long and short of it for me. You have two guys that on the feet leave massive holes defensively in their striking game. You get value on both sides here on the knockout prop.
I get where you're going with this. I like this.
Also to be said, you have a huge disparity in the grappling ability from Krylov to Guskov. Krylov is far superior if this gets to the ground. Thirdly, you have one fighter that we know does not have 3 rounds of grappling hard cardio in him, and that is Bogdan Guskov. If Krylov can get out of the first round, I think he is going to melt Guskov in the second. The grappling disparity is way too much. And I know Nikita just got knocked out, but it was a clean shot. He was coming in. He was wide open. I don't see the striking precision from Bogdan to be able to do that once he gets a little bit tired.
Yeah.
I think Krylov's going to get in on his legs and get him to the ground at some point. I love this fight not to go the distance. I'm on Krylov. I'm going to fade. I'm going to continue to fade Bogdan. If he beats me again, I might have to rethink. But I just don't see this guy again as having the skills to be here.
Krylov inside the distance is the play. I feel pretty strongly about it. Guskov. All right, so I bet way more than my normal amount when he made his debut against Ozdemir, and that fight went exactly like I thought it was going to. So what happens to Guskov? Well, he gets to fight Zach Pauga, he fights Ryan Spann, and all he needs to do is survive the first round. Give him credit. He did. And what happens to Ryan Spann in the second round? He gives up. And then he gets the gift of Zach Pauga. He gets the gift of Ryan Spann in the second round. And he gets the gift of Billy Elekana sitting on his couch.
Yep.
And takes a fight. And again, he's losing in the first round to Billy Elekana. And what does he do? Survives the first round to a guy that said, I got first round or nothing. So, okay. Listen, 3 wins in a row in the UFC is always going to be impressive. But now you're going up against Nikita Krylov, who took all this time off, and just made a stupid move coming in, charging in the way he did against Reyes with his chin like all the way out there, just waiting to be. But it was a sick shot. It was really good. Mm-hmm. I look at it like, he had this 2-year layoff.
Shoulder surgery.
Yeah.
The shoulder surgery was before the Reyes fight.
Yeah, and also
his first fight back.
Also, there was something about fighting in the war. Like
there was nothing's confirmed, and I don't.
Nobody knew what he did,
but so it's weighing on his head.
It's weighing on his head.
Yes.
So Dominic Reyes knocks him out. I think he got the rust out of his system. I think this is Krylov by finish. I mean, it ain't going the distance. This fight's not. This fight's not going the distance. Not with these two guys.
That's the best bet.
Yes,
fight not to go. But I think the finish comes from Krylov.
I agree.
We're on the same page there.
I can't get that picture in my head of Guskov losing to Billy Elekana in the first round. Krylov gets to that position, it is over. So we'll move on to Almabayev and Jose Ochoa. Great fight. What great matchmaking. How do you see this fight going down?
I have strong opinions about this fight.
I don't, so I'm all ears.
Yeah, I'm a big Azu fan. I'm a big Azu fan. Any fighter who's got a hat, man, I wonder what the stats are if you just bet on fighters with hats. Not the backwards baseball hat like
Marab.
Start going through it. If they're wearing a hat, Orobai. He's got a different hat, right?
Doesn't Shavkat?
Shavkat's got a hat, yep. This will be a fun one for the next Takedown Live. We'll do all our hat winners.
Even if they're not hats, how American are we? Hats.
Traditional garb. Is that better?
Much better. Very sophisticated.
So I like Azu. He's a forward pressure wrestler. He will shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot again. But I also like his striking. I think he shows good head movement. It's not big-time powerful striking. He got checked against Kopp, and we kind of very quickly into that fight, what did we say to each other? Oh, no, he's not ready.
No, Kopp was just...
not ready. Not ready.
Yeah.
So I think it was a good learning experience. Again, young fighter in his early 30s. If you have a fighter who's legit and you believe has skill, and they take these losses, you either stand by him or you jump ship. And I'm going to stand by that. I think this kid has a real skill to be a top 5 contender in his career. So I think he bounces back here with all that experience against Ochoa. I'm going to say decision Almabayev. Ochoa's tough. He's a tough guy. But we know what Azu is going to be in the third. I don't know if we necessarily know what Ochoa is going to be successfully in the third. Like, I know Azu's going to be better in round 3. That's how I feel. So I'm taking Azu by decision.
Well, listen, Ochoa does have a win over Pantoja. Well, okay, that's not the Pantoja. I don't have any strong opinions. I default to you. I think this fight is extremely close. I agree it probably goes the distance, but even then, I'm not betting on it. I have nothing more to add to it. I filmed both. I like both of them. Mm-hmm. I guess it's a very little bit of a lean excuse me, to Azu. And, yeah, the fight against Kopp is only going to make him better. It was good. He got knocked out, but at least it was in the third round. He got to go a good distance against someone like Kopp. So, listen to Jim on that one. I don't have any strong opinions.
Low key, I think that fight could impress. Like
could be a
really fun fight. 3 rounds of real nice skill.
Shara Magomedov and Marc-Andre Barriault. Interesting fight. I mean, Shara is a massive, massive favorite. You think it's warranted, or you're saying hold on here? What do you think?
It's never warranted with Shara. It's never warranted. Based off his performances? Come on. We know why this guy is here. He's in movies. He's a big star over there, and he can't fight over here because he's got one eye.
Which is ridiculous, by the way.
It is ridiculous. The guy wants to fight. Sign a waiver.
He's 15-1. He's beaten multiple UFC fighters. It's okay. You can let him fight. He's probably not going to sue you. Anyway, keep going.
I just poke a lot of holes in his record here. I really do. What we know now about Bruno Silva, okay? That's
Mentally
been going
checked
on
out.
for a while. Mentally checked out. The pleasure. Oh no, Anton Tricoli. That's not even
Awful.
the pleasure man.
Awful.
Horrible fighter. Only there because was dating Mackenzie Dern at the time. That's why he was there at the UFC. I don't even know if they're still together. Mikhail Oleksiejczuk, who we know and we have a great read on, pretty impressive win. Okay, but Oleksiejczuk looked horrible and didn't even push the wrestling and get the takedown. Really thought that he was going to have an advantage there. Petrosian, we said it. Even after this fight, Petrosian's washed. I don't think he's good. I think he's in trouble, man. That's a lot of damage in kickboxing all those years. And predictably loses to Michael Page when he fights somebody who has two good eyes and a number one striker in the world. Okay? That bet still blows my mind. So, no, the number's not warranted. The number's that way because we have to decide if Marc-Andre Barriault's chin can hold up against Shara Magomedov. This is the entire fight in a nutshell for me. Okay? If you believe that his chin can hold up and Shara's not a knockout artist, then you're betting on Marc-Andre Barriault because this is the biggest wrestler that Shara has ever fought. And
he's not even that great of a wrestler. He's not like the elite.
He's not, but he will blow the other guys he's fought right out of the water when it comes to wrestling. So if he can't knock out Marc-Andre Barriault, this is going to be a real ugly third round for Shara. Real ugly. So to me, it's a live bet spot. I am super tempted to bet Marc-Andre at this number pre-flop. Haven't gotten there yet. I have to do a little more research here. It is only Wednesday, but I think, man, you guys already know where I'm going on my my parlay buster for the night. So I'm going to pick Marc-Andre. Haven't bet it yet. I'm just never laying that number on Shara.
Yeah, Shara is more about volume. Always has been. I mean, listen, the knockout against Tricoli, I can't even believe it got to the third round. And then, Petrosian, it wasn't like an awesome power shot. It was this crazy double spinning back fist that, we've never seen before. So it's not like he's known for his knockout power. I'll go head to head with you, and I'll just say Barriault's chin is not going to hold up. Trying to go toe-to-toe against Dustin Stoltzfus and getting flatlined was terrible. And then, again, who rears his ugly head? Bruno Silva. And then Bruno Silva, I think he quit. I think Bruno Silva retired after that. I don't think he's got a fight. Yeah, he doesn't have anything scheduled. So
he's got a long recuperation time. So
yeah, true. I got Shara by KO. You want to get better odds because you're right. If he wins, really, really good chance he at least gets to the chin at least once to Barriault. So I'll say Shara.
This is one time where I would say you don't gain anything in the submission prop. I've seen Shara on the back of Mikhail Oleksiejczuk and literally not know where to put his hands. You know
exactly
that Ricky Bobby interview? That's Shara when it comes to wrestling.
What do I do? What do I do with my hands? His corner's like, just stand up. Just stand up. Get up. All right, we'll move on to the Kobe Petr Yan and Marcus McGee. While we're watching this, guys, please hit the like button if you haven't done that already. Just a small token of appreciation for our breakdowns. And leave us a comment. Tell us who you like. What's one of your best bets? What's your take on these fights? You guys do really good in the comment section. I like it. I like reading some of these comments. So keep them coming. Yan versus McGee. I have just ever since this fight was announced, I was like, Yan. It's got to be in my parlays. Yan. It's got to be in my parlays. And now it's the week of, and I have not put a penny on Yan, and I don't know what is holding me back. Because here's my breakdown. Yan is, to me, the ultimate what if. Mm-hmm. What if that illegal knee doesn't happen?
One move.
What if one judge changes their mind about one round in this Sterling versus O'Malley? I mean, this guy went on one of the most insane 1-4 runs you will ever see, where he probably should have been 4-1. You can't say that about, too many people. But yeah, this one move completely changed his career. Loved what he did against Song. Loved what he did against Figueiredo. Man, when he shoots a takedown, it just comes out of nowhere, man. It's just so lightning fast on the feet. Good pressure. And then I'm going, Marcus McGee, are you serious? So what's Marcus McGee done to warrant getting Jan? Well, he beats JP Pays. Congratulations.
JP.
JP.
Shout out, JP.
Shout out. Beats Bolaños, who beat Cortavius Ramius, who's horrible, and got choked out by Kang Lee. And then he beats Jonathan Martinez in a fight. Jonathan Martinez looked like he drank a bottle of NyQuil before that fight. It's like, where was the volume, Jonathan? Where was the... I don't know what happened to him. He's a fan favorite. People like him. I just don't think he's got that sophisticated of a game. Striking is decent. It's good, but is it better than Jan? Oh, I don't know. I guess I worry that this is a 3-round fight and Jan gets off to slow starts. And I truly do not know what my hesitation is, because up until this week, it's been like Jan. And now I'm getting cold feet. I don't know what's going on here. Jan is the pick for me. I'm going to just go back to my reads for the last month or however long I've known that this fight was going to take place. But I haven't put money on it yet. Maybe I need a little liquid courage. What do you think?
I'm all over Jan.
Yeah.
I just... Here's the thing. Go to Jan real quick. There's one thing that we forgot to mention here. And you did a great job. You hit all the... That unanimous decision for Merab, would you say that's the closest fight that Merab has had in
it's
quite
a really
some
good point.
time?
It's a really, really good point. I mean, he finishes...
Sean O'Malley, right? Look at he's non-competitive.
Umar was a great fight. A great fight. That was a close one. But yeah, you're right. O'Malley, I thought, dominated. Cejudo looked great. But yeah, Jan pushed. Yeah. I would say the Umar fight was probably the closest to Rob, but Jan's got to be second. Absolutely.
Yeah, there was a lot of arguments that Jan, I didn't think he won, but there was the argument there. And there's always the argument with Jan because he starts slow. Yeah. So the reason why I think everybody's a little hesitant, this number hasn't gotten too out of hand yet. I mean, I thought this number would be in the 400s, 500s by now. I really did.
Really?
It's not getting there. Let's keep in mind this is the number 3 ranked guy in the world who's fought former champion.
Look at this murderer's row of just, wow.
Title contender, former champion. And now you have the 13th ranked in his mid-30s, Marcus McGee.
The maniac. Marcus the maniac.
I love Marcus McGee, but this is way too much. He's going to have to finish Jan because we know what he does in 2 and 3. I just don't see it. I don't see him being able to make up the points in 2 and 3. Like you said, with those takedowns and those leg kicks that he throws in close, we've seen McGee have trouble with the leg kicks and be hurt to the legs. It's going to be trouble, man. And Jan's wrestling is very underrated. Those trip takedowns are coming. I love Jan. I think it's a decision just because of the toughness of Marcus McGee.
All right, main event time. Robert Whittaker, Reinier de Ridder, and then after this we will do our parlay busters and our woulda, coulda, shouldas. Main event, Whittaker, de Ridder, who you got?
Robert Whittaker should absolutely roll here. Should run through Reinier de Ridder. If you go back and you watch the striking of de Ridder standing up, it is abysmal. Watch that Bo Nickel fight, and you can go moment after moment after moment of available counters that if he wasn't fighting a Penn State wrestler who's bad at striking, he was wide open. Now, was he wide open because he was chasing forward and there was nothing coming back? Probably. But we've seen it throughout the rest of his fights. Rob has had big-time issues. His teeth fell out from a choke. He's always had bad teeth. I know it's sounds graphic, but it wasn't that big of a deal for him just in that moment. I don't like the fact that he's training with Israel Adesanya. I will say that. All this said that Rob should win, I'm not betting against the Ridder. I'm just not doing it. I'm not willing in a main event, in a 5-round fight, against an aging former champion who's got a lot of miles. I know de Ridder's not that good, but the guy keeps winning. He keeps winning. And you don't have to like him, but he keeps printing tickets. Okay? I also think that everybody is dying to get their money back on de Ridder and is going to hammer the Robert Whittaker line the more they see the highlights. So I think you're going to get a pretty good line on de Ridder. And if you don't, that tells you something all in itself of how the market really feels about this matchup. So I'm not getting in front of anybody. I do think this fight doesn't go the distance. Either de Ridder's done, like smoked in the second round, beat up, or he's going to take Rob down and submit him quickly. Robert's ground game is rough.
The under 2.5 is what I've circled because it's a fair price. I mean, look at de Ridder. I mean, when he wins, knees Bo Nickel, who looked terrible, gets Kevin Holland down, smokes him. Mearshart, he looked awful against Mearshart and then gets the choke out of nowhere. But even go back to his other fights. I mean, this is a guy that he basically quit in the third round, and then when he loses early. When he wins early. And I think the style sets up perfect. It's Whittaker by knockout or de Ridder by submission. It's so hard because you're like Whittaker. Yeah, he struggles with takedowns, but it's Chimaev.
I honestly
Ridder,
throw that fight out. I throw that fight out.
Yeah. I don't know. Whittaker's wins. Aliskerov, who is a good fighter, but took that on super short notice. Paulo Costa, unanimous decision. Vittori, I don't know. Then he's losing to Chimaev and Duplessis and Adesanya, but is de Ridder in that category? No way. I just like the under. I really do. If I'm betting this, I'm betting de Ridder just because the number is really good. And yeah, if Whittaker truly is terrible at takedowns and de Ridder just gets him down instantly and is on the neck, yeah, night. But I like the under. I think it's a really strong bet on this one. Like Whittaker could absolutely flatline de Ridder, and de Ridder could absolutely choke out Whittaker in the first or second round. Neither would surprise me. But you're right. If you're laying the farm on Whittaker and de Ridder gets a takedown right off the bat, you are shitting yourself.
No,
you are in a pure panic. So I would say be careful about just counting your money before the fight takes place. And yeah, you're right. What is it about this guy?
I don't know. But there's something.
He reminds me of his Tim Tebow. Whatever was like, he's awful, and then he wins. Yeah. Except he's 3 of 18. They win 10-7 or something. Like de Ridder, it's like Gerald Mearshart, okay, and then he's losing. You're like, oh, see, fraud, and then he wins. You're like Kevin Holland, oh no, well, wait, de Ridder subs him or gets him out of there immediately, and then Bo Nickel outright. No, Nickel's now a striker. You're like, how does this guy keep winning these fights? Like, what is it? I'm not betting against him, but I do like the under. So, all right, let's do a parlay buster and a woulda, coulda, shoulda. So the parlay buster, it's a fight that we think everyone's going to have in their parlays, and we're here to issue just a little bit of a warning. So who do you think everyone's going to have in their parlays? And you're saying this is a...
It's Shara for me.
It's Shara? Okay.
Question. Yeah, this isn't even a question for me.
Okay.
Going to be probably the most parlayed fighter on the card when it's
that was 100%.
Right? So,
yeah.
Biggest stake on him, I can't. The guy has never fought a wrestler. He's never fought a guy that just wants to cage push him.
Yeah, I'm clinch against.
He's no idea what he's in for, and if he doesn't knock him out, I think you're really, really worried in round 3 with your parlays. You better hedge live because you're getting a great number on Barriault if Shara's winning.
I'm going to my boy Davey Grant. Have fun. Knock yourself out. You put Blackshear in all your parlays. Go for it. You keep betting against Davey Grant. No way. Look at that face of a winner.
He looks great. I watched one of his interviews today from this week. The dude looks great for 39. He really does.
He is great. He is great. So Blackshear's slow on the feet with his striking. Grant's gonna pop him. So, all right. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. What's the bet on this card that we'll go? Man, can't believe we could have paid off the mortgage with that bet. What's the bet for you?
Let's go up to the main card.
Okay.
For me, and I'm glad you touched on it as well, it's this under in the main event.
Oh.
That is my favorite. The more and more I look at this fight, I see just see fireworks. Now I know that's a cop out. I'll pick a fighter for you, okay? But the under the main event,
No, it's a
absolutely
bet.
love it.
It's
All right,
just
you're
a
good with
bet.
that?
It's a bet. We're here to make
Okay.
money. We're not trying to. Yeah, sometimes the best bets are unders or overs. So what's the best bet? The woulda, coulda, shoulda. I picked the Vettori fight to go the distance last week as my woulda, coulda, shoulda.
That's
Even
right.
though
That's
Marvin
right.
got his face caved in. It was kind of never in doubt.
It's Marvin's superpower.
It is. He just goes the distance. He ain't
goes the
finishing
distance.
anybody, and he ain't getting finished. So, all right, you take so under Whittaker.
I'll take
de
it.
Ridder.
I'll take it. Yeah, the under 2.5. I think somebody gets finished inside it too.
All right. Jan by decision is a good one. I think Krylov by finish is
like
going to
that
be
one.
mine.
I like that one.
This Guskov, man, he's on borrowed time here. Get out of here with your Zach Powell and Ryan Spann. Like, again, does he survive and make it difficult for Krylov? I don't know, man. I just can't get that picture out of my head of Elekana on the back of Guskov in round one. So, give me Krylov by finish because I don't see the scorecards in this one. So, all right, that's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for joining us again. I will be live for Takedown Live. I believe we're starting about noon Eastern time, so we want to watch the fights with us live and get some live bets in. Happy to be there. So, thanks so much. Good luck on your bets and take care.
Good luck, guys.